3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the show!
Drop that beat, drop that beat, drop that, drop that, drop that.
Da, 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 da.
We found some more planets out of space, y'all. We're going on, Korea's gonna face, y'all. Matt Damon went to China and space. Do you like pineapple on your pizza? King of Iceland, he wants to meet ya.
So good. Welcome to Trend Settings episode 30. We hit it. We hit the 30 mark. We're like a baby in space with drum music behind us. Reference vague, I know.
I don't get it.
Anyway, this is episode 30. We hit triple digits. No, that's not what this is. We hit 30. We made it, guys. We made it to episode 30. We have 5 topics because we usually just do 5 topics now. We got the right amount of
Topics.
sauce and meat and pasta.
Oh,
and they combine together to make a great spaghetti. Now, topic 1, NASA's Holy Grail.
Holy
or
Grail.
is it? Question mark. Topic 2, Uber is having the worst month of its life.
Ever.
More like
3.
Uber.
Got him. 3, Iceland's pineapple pizza dispute. What did WTF?
WTF.
Number 4, what country are you most worried about? Question mark.
Nice.
Number 5, The Great Wall movie. Is it a great movie or a great?
Poor
Bloody
movie.
disaster.
I was trying to think.
Not a great
trying to think of like a crap wall word, and I could not think of one. What's a bad wall called?
Like a little fence.
Yeah,
A rabbit-proof fence.
You can have good fences though.
If it's bad, it wouldn't be rabbit-proof.
Australia has the most fences in the world.
Really? That's
Does
probably
it?
the rabbit-proof fence.
Does it really?
That probably takes us over the...
That's amazing.
over the-
It's a lot of fans.
There's a lot of fence.
That's an actual fence though.
Let's talk about
Sex.
space.
Space.
I never actually saw the rabbit-proof fence, but we're digressing. We're talking about space.
There's like an actual rabbit-proof fence
You can see it from space.
that is named after.
Really?
Yeah. It's like
Cool.
the longest fence in the
Too
world.
many references happening at once.
I said you could see it from space. He said
Okay.
really, and you said yeah.
So speaking of space, Chris,
That wasn't responding to you. I'm never
just to
responding.
make that clear, I'm not talking to you. Chris.
Okay, good.
Now, NASA's Holy Grail. So
Why is Ye-Chan's water so cloudy?
it's coconut water.
Peed in it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Now, so NASA comes out today, right? They're all over the interwebs, the social medias.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And it says new Earth planets. There's 3 of them. Which sounds great, right? They call it the Holy Grail. But we're going to dissect.
Should be the Holy Trinity.
That's a bit biblical, mate. Calm down. Now.
Holy Grail's a bit
Not
biblical
like
too.
the Holy Grail.
Like the Matrix?
Okay. Now, biblical references aside, this discovery, right? So I did a little bit of depth research into this,
Oh,
and I probably forgot most of it.
Good.
But here we go.
Here we go.
So 3,500 worlds have been discovered since the 80s, which I guess is when some telescope was invented. Is that how it happened?
more from like the 90s onwards. I think the first one is 92.
Hold on.
Nice.
Define worlds.
Planets.
Okay, planets.
Glad we cleared that up.
When you say world,
Hey,
like...
it could be
What
like
do
a
you think
parallel world.
Yeah, like world 1 and world 2? Like,
Okay.
are we talking
Call them
Flash?
that if you
or-
want.
I'm with you, Chen.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
so what I learned a few things today. One is that you
good.
can't discover a planet unless it's going. Is it in front of the sun or?
Yes. Yeah.
Which sounds simple.
Wait, but you can't see it if it's behind the sun, right?
If it goes behind, it'll go in front too.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well,
wow! Wow!
I could maybe not.
Now, so that sounds simple, but when you think about it, there's a myriad of space out there, right? And
That's a big word.
It's pretty dark, right? Space is
Using
dark.
a small
Space is
word.
dark.
Can we agree on that?
Correct.
It's
Space is
cold.
dark.
Space is dark and cold.
Yeah, and it
Just
doesn't.
like Padme said.
Oh, jeez.
Good one, Jono. I'm proud of you for that one.
And it gets everywhere.
It does get everywhere.
Well, technically, yes. You can't be
Confused.
wrong.
Literally everywhere. It
Help.
gets everywhere.
So I said that to keep this in perspective, as in the headline of this is pretty fascinating, but when you actually get into the depth of it, it's not as fascinating as it sounds.
No.
Now, TRAPPIST-1 is the sun of
Great.
this solar system.
Great name for
The sun.
Yeah.
of that
Okay,
solar
right.
system.
Yeah.
Why is that a great name? Don't know.
Trappist.
Is
Just
it just
reminds
cool?
me of beer that's really good.
Reminds me
Trappist
of,
monks.
Like trap
it's-
music.
Trapezoid.
Wah,
Isn't that a shape?
They're the monks that like make beer in Belgium.
Monks in the mosh
Trappist
pit.
monks. They don't say anything and they make beer.
Are they good
Their
at it?
lives. Yeah.
Well, you'd hope so, right?
Is it expensive?
Yeah. Not in Belgium.
Okay. So,
Okay.
the actual interesting facts are this. So, there's a sun in it, but it's a dwarf sun. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
A dwarf. He's my fact checker.
A midget son.
It is.
I think they prefer.
Is dwarf mean size? Is that why it's called dwarf?
Yes.
Okay.
Dwarves are usually small.
So it's smaller, so therefore it
You know
has
about that.
a lot less temperature.
Yes.
So our sun is not a dwarf sun.
No.
It's and this sun gives off infrared light. So if we do end up going to these planets, right,
Right.
it's going to be a lot darker because you don't detect infrared light with your eyeballs.
My
right?
Game Boy used to get infrared.
All of our TVs would keep turning on and off.
So you'd probably have to take a Game Boy there.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
And your TVs just would go haywire.
And some jackets.
Yeah.
It's cold.
No, not necessarily. No.
That brings me to our next point, Chris.
Okay, good.
So there's a few interesting things about this, and I'm just laying it out so
Lay it
that,
out
that
for
people
me.
don't get confused.
I'm confused.
So because it's low temperature, the planets that are orbiting it, these 7 planets that people have disguised,
They're 7.
Didn't
Seven-
you say 3 before?
it's 3 like earthy planets.
Oh, okay.
So 7 total planets, and they're all Earth-sized, which is pretty. When they say rare, I was also reading that they actually don't have enough data to say whether or not something's rare, which is right.
Yeah, they could actually be really common.
Yeah.
But it's rare compared to what we've found so far.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there was like in our neighborhood about 15% of the stars are this type of star, and there's a theory that all of those types of stars have small rocky planets around them. Our Earth is a small
Which
rocky planet.
would.
Love
And the
rocky
guesstimate
planets.
of how many planets are out there are 40 billion, I think.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Everything's very estimatey though. You have to remember, like,
We don't actually know.
Space is big.
they don't even know how many stars there are in our own galaxy. It's a range of estimates from 100 billion to 300 to 400
Oh, that's
billion.
accurate.
I have a
That's a
que-
bit of a gap.
I have a que-
250 billion plus minus 150 billion.
I have
Wow.
a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are these? Are they far away?
This one's not that far. It's 40 light years.
That's
Oh.
far.
Be there like that.
No.
The theoretical limit to how fast you can go is light speed, right?
Yeah.
So
So
it would
this
take us
is
40
you
years.
want to keep it within the lifetime of a human, and then
40
you're
years?
like, oh, maybe one day we'll have something that can go
So
that
if we
fast,
send
or
babies-
close to that fast.
Right.
They can have healthy babies when they get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, or some jerk will wake them up too early, and then they'll have a whole thing, and then they'll
And
end
then
up falling in
No
love.
spoilers. I haven't seen it.
Oh,
It's
haven't
really
you?
good. I like that.
Well, too late. It's your fault.
Nah.
He was talking about Passengers, if you didn't get that reference. Great movie. Go see it.
But similar concept though,
Yeah.
about traveling really long distances. It takes a long time, so you'd want to be in like hyperspeed.
And take your swimmers.
Hibernation.
Hibernation. That's the one.
Yeah.
So a bit of perspective as well is this: the TRAPPIST star was found in 2010, and it's taken 17 years.
What year is it?
I always think it's 2016 still. Now, it took 7 years for them to just discover this.
They found the three Goldilocks zone ones. So they have a zone depending on the size of the star and the heat of distance,
Yeah.
where liquid water is likely to be
A
found.
little too hot.
Which
a little too
is
cold.
But it's a complete guess because
Yeah.
it depends on the atmospheric pressure as well.
what I was leading to before, which I got off track of, is because it's so low temperature and the planets are so close, the Goldilocks zone is huge.
It's close to the sun.
Yeah. So
It doesn't make it bigger.
I have questions.
Yeah.
When you say they've discovered it, does it mean that we've seen it? Have we sighted these planets?
I think that's all that's happened.
So that's the thing, like that people get confused by because I see
seen
a
it.
lot of pictures.
I
of
saw a
this.
picture in the
Yeah.
newspaper.
Those are artist impressions. They have no idea what they look like. They have no idea what color they are. They
So-
know roughly the mass,
Right.
and it's plus minus the mass.
Big margin.
It's a big margin.
So it could be pink.
The planets?
Yeah.
The sun is likely pink.
Ooh.
Oh, pink sun.
Given its
Oh.
temperature, we can actually say that. Like, you know its
So
temperature. You
if
know what
we
it'll look
if
like.
we haven't seen them yet, how do we know that they exist?
No, so you know them by their effect. So they'll see a small, like they're looking at this sun and they know how bright it is, and they see very small dips, and that's with the planets traversing
Ah,
the
These
face
guys are
of the
smart.
sun.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's the most common way of finding small planets.
So it could be a Death Star, and we wouldn't know.
The other way, which they used to use to find really big planets, was they looked at the wobble in the sun. So you can tell when a sun is moving closer to you or further away by the Doppler effect. So you can find really big ones, but they have to be really big because it has to have enough mass to give the star it's going around, which is huge, has to give it a bit of a shake
Right.
Cool.
as it goes around. So these small ones are more recent because they've gotten more accurate
I see.
space detectors out there. So there's the Kepler telescope. There's a few other
So
ones.
what you're saying is we found the aliens.
Yes.
Sweet.
The aliens?
No. So everything here from here on is pretty much a guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they got 3 Earth-sized planets, right?
7.
No, I mean, yes, 7 Earth-sized, but 3 of them have the ability to hold oceans.
Well, they broadened the definition and they were like, well, it could be bigger. If the one that's really far away, where you'd think, or any ice, any water would be frozen. If it has a dense enough atmosphere, the pressure from the atmosphere can actually produce. Oh, actually, that would make it more solid. But anyway, depending on the atmosphere, that range can change.
Okay.
So it does depend on that. And there's like other things, like these dwarf stars tend to spew off like really massive solar flares, which would strip any planet of any atmosphere.
Yep.
So you wouldn't get any.
I've seen them do it.
You have. The sun does it all the time.
Bloody dwarfs.
That's how you get an aurora.
Yeah.
And if the Stargate's activated, you go back in time when there's a solar flare.
You gotta-
But you probably weren't wondering that.
I was.
Huh?
So the reason oceans on the planets
Did you
are
say back in
interesting
time?
Yeah.
is that means there can be life on it, right?
Yeah.
Why does that mean there can be life if there's ocean?
Because life as we know it needs water,
Right.
or something like you could have a completely different kind of life. To be honest, you could have like methane oceans, and they'd have a completely different structure or something
Wow.
like that.
I think that's what aliens will be. I think they'll be like.
Why do you think that, Chris?
I don't know, because I think I don't
Where's your
know
evidence?
why. I just do, because I reckon there will be like a cloud of gas, and that.
So
like,
what are you adding to
conscious.
people's life right now?
Huh?
What are you adding to people's lives right now?
Truth,
Nothing.
dropping truth bombs.
Well, so one thing that we're talking about that's interesting is if there is like aliens on it, they'll have very different eyeballs because they have grown up in not Ethernet
Ether.
light, infrared light,
Yeah.
which could be
So
interesting.
they might be more similar to like snakes, which sense heat, which is infrared.
Snakes are so cool.
Are you high?
Yeah.
I didn't sleep much.
So what they're going to try to do now is to detect the molecules in the sky.
Yeah.
Are they molecules? Where's my sunglasses? I'm molecule.
Thank you, Chris.
I can't wait for Chris's topic. I'm gonna make his life so hard.
He's got the stupid one though. Okay. Anyway, so how do they
Makes sense.
How do they detect molecules in the sky?
So they got a couple of really massive telescopes that they're launching. They're huge projects. Oh, if NASA's funding keeps getting cut, their one might not go ahead. But the Europeans are building a giant ground-based telescope, and NASA's trying to put up the replacement for Hubble, the James Webb Telescope.
Hubble
And they would be, because this planet is in like our neighborhood, 40 light years, which is really close.
It's a neighbor.
They would be able to.
Big neighborhood.
Well, the entire galaxy is 100,000 light years
Wow.
across.
Yeah,
So
true.
40
Yeah.
light years is actually really close.
Yeah, I'm down.
Can't take an Uber there.
They might actually be able to. They're hoping they'll be able to actually detect the like chemical signatures, and they'll be able to say what kind of atmosphere it has.
Is that so? They're not like taking a sample through a telescope. How do they like look?
No, you're
at
using the light, so you can like even the light from these lights gives us a very specific
Waves.
Yeah, like a spectrum.
Right.
So you see like a prism. When you have a prism, you see a rainbow.
Pink Floyd.
Pink
That's
Floyd.
splitting all of the light into its component wavelengths.
Right.
If you have a very particular gas, like say if there was a particular gas in this light bulb, that gas would absorb very specific wavelengths. And if you spread out the light, you can see the black bands where it's absorbed it, and you can tell what's in it.
Yeah.
That's hectic. So
we will actually be able to get
Can I ask one quick question?
Yeah.
How many,
no, you
light,
can't.
how many light years away
you
is
don't
Mars?
Get any, no, you don't get question.
This one's
privileges.
40 light years away.
No privilege.
How far away is
no
Mars?
privileges.
it's less than 1, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Not answering your question.
Okay, that's weird. Okay.
You've been too annoying this segment.
Okay, so
Just so you know, a light year is how.
I know, a year travelling at the speed of light.
Yeah, so it's going to be much less than 1 light year.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to compare the path.
It's really.
So hey, Jono, how many light years away is Mars?
Huh? The sun is 8 light minutes.
Oh,
So Mars
seriously?
would be
Light minutes. I've never heard that term.
me neither.
Not
about maybe closer, a bit closer. Depends on like the time of year, like where they are in their orbit.
Depends on
You mean like
the
the closest approach? I don't know, a couple of light minutes, 2 or 3.
Cool. Now, what do you think about all this, Jono? You were a bit grouchy about it when I brought it up.
Yeah, because I was
He's
going
still
to
a bit
get
grouchy
dumb. I was
about
going
it.
to get dumb questions from Chris.
How far away is Mars? A dumb question.
That's going to happen no matter what.
That's
Chris,
true.
Your
So
questions are
Let's
stupid.
wrap this one up. Have you got anything to say?
No, it actually is really cool if you can be bothered to look into it. It's not because people think, oh, we're going to go there really soon or something like that, right? Because they just see the headlines and they see a picture of a planet and they go, oh yeah, nice. But like, if
It's like,
you
we got
actually,
video footage of it. Can't we go there?
yeah, if you actually care about the science and stuff in it, it is actually really interesting.
So, John, do you think it's feasible that within our lifetime we will send people there?
No.
No,
Why not?
we have nothing that goes that fast.
Not now, but I'm saying within our lifetime.
We don't have anything on the horizon that goes that fast either. Chemical
not very-
rockets,
not very
chemical
optimistic.
rockets can't get us there. So we actually need a whole different kind of physics
So unless,
to be discovered and
start
then
with
turned
Mars.
into a technology.
like,
So it'd be really hard. Mars is the place.
What's wrong
we
with
should be
Mars? Why have we got to find something new and better? Why have we got to cheat on
10%
Mars?
gravity.
Too red.
Too
It's
red.
really, really
Yeah.
cold.
Racist.
Nothing will grow there.
Or you have to eat heaps of potatoes.
Or the plants that live inside the rocks.
you're right.
Crack open the rock.
Those rocks. Anyway,
Drink.
that's enough about planets. What's that?
Oh,
What's happening?
something's happening.
The Instagram live might be interrupted. I'm sorry. Now.